I'm with you. Okay, so sorry, Lydia, just some background. I've just finished working with your 9-year-old son who's in the background. We just had one session, and he had a toddler diet, unchanged, and he's just eaten like 5 things and maybe continue to eat things. Now, the reason I'm taping this, and you're a forum member, so I appreciate this, is you said to me a few years ago, you know, what do I think about this program, which was about £5,000 at the time? And fortunately, you know, they treat things a very different way. They think it's all sensory, and they didn't understand it being a phobic response to sins. So can you just say a little bit more on that? You know, the reasons for that again? Yeah.
Yeah, we went to an assessment with them, and I felt strongly that they didn't understand the behaviour of my son around food, and they just were talking about trying different foods, which would take, they said it would take about a year to 16 months to see change. And I felt, I was trying to explain to them, but it's something else, like it's the way he responds around food. I felt that they just didn't acknowledge that at all. That wasn't acknowledged, and it was a lot of money, like £5,000 for such a big risk. So when I saw, so it was your TED talk that changed I recognised my son's behaviour exactly as you described. So I did feel it was a phobia. It needed to be dealt with as a phobia, and we've just proved that now, because my son's just sat here and things so never.
This program would have cost you £5,000. They're saying, you know, it takes a year to eat new foods. We've just done it an hour and a quarter.
Yeah. Just crazy.
So it's just not true. So look, I'm saying this for the forum because I don't want to solicit business, but when people on my forum don't know about my methods and they're recommending these expensive programs, you know, I want to save people money, because parents are desperate. They'll remortgage their house if they think that's what they've got to do. And I'd say there's just cheaper and easier methods first to try out. You know, for a few £100s, it's worth checking this out. You said there's something scary as well. Something scary earlier on. You remember?
I don't know if I filmed this, but there was another guy called, is it something? I don't know if his name's Kennedy or something like that. And he was claiming that he could cure all these kids. And then I read. I looked a bit more into him, and he was like meant to be some kind of dodgy guy who paid them money to say that he'd healed their kids, and that just really angered me, because I was like, it really, and then I felt really unsure about who to trust and that's why I've been watching, you know, I messaged you when my son was 4, and I've been watching your work closely, because it did put doubt in my mind as to actually, are people really genuine and that understanding of ARFID? And I just couldn't believe that somebody could be, I mean, I don't know how true it was, but there were lots of allegations around him, but he was basically promoting himself to all these people, saying that he was able to cure people. There was an article in the paper and everything about him, and then when I read a bit more, it turns out that actually this wasn't even true, and that was really shocking to me, to discover that somebody would do that to manipulate families like mine and kids like my son, who would, you know, this is very traumatic for families, and I was really shocked by that.
I know a lot about him, had a lot of feedback. I mean, number one, the word cure is completely inappropriate. We don't cure people, we help heal people at their own times, and cure is an antibiotic, it's not therapy. So anyone who uses the word cure doesn't really know what they're talking about. And there's been feedback around, okay, once a person eats 15 foods, then they're cured. Well, I've had people turn up who eat more than 15 foods, and they want to eat more. So apparently they don't have ARFID. So no, thank you for this. I do appreciate that. And it's just, if you can, you know, over time, let us know updates on the forum, that would be great.
Do I need to continue, obviously, to keep encouraging the